What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is all about the World Rugby rankings and how Wales went from number one, held that record for such a short time, and then after the loss against Ireland we're shut down to number fourth in the world. The All Blacks are top of the world yet again, and didn't even play a match to get there, which is quite something. Ireland had a very good opportunity of getting number one spot, but they needed to win by more than 15 points. They were close, but Wales came back at the end and Ireland slacked a bit, which led Wales to score a few tries to lessen the margin. Therefore, meaning after that result with Ireland beating Wales, Wales would drop down, Ireland would go up two, and then the All Blacks would go back to number one and Wales would go to number fourth. So interesting rankings, we'll get to them now, but I mean obviously people are 50-50 about it. Not many people are paying attention to it. Quite a few are. I personally am, because I'm curious to see who's going to be number one by the time we've hit the World Cup. And at the rate we are seeing teams change, going from 1 minute they're top of the world, next minute they are losing. It's just crazy to see the various results we're getting in this World Cup, in these World Cup warm-up matches. And I mean, someone asked me today, should we read into these warm-up matches? And I think yes, we definitely should, but also maybe also just analyze it a bit better, because it just shows the potential of these teams that are playing. We are witnessing some shocking games, and then we're witnessing a total turnaround the very next weekend. So one can't really predict from these results who could win this World Cup, because 1 minute Australia beat New Zealand, next week New Zealand beat Australia, England beat Wales, Wales beat England, Ireland get thrashed by England in a record defeat to only come back and beat the number one in the world at the time. In a better performance game, with also none of your strong guys in there, which for me is absolutely fascinating. How we are seeing teams go back and forth, and yet we're not really seeing who is the potential danger, who is the dark horse. I mean, France. Scotland lost to France convincingly in the first test. Then the very next week, Scotland won. Again, it's a home advantage, but now this week, a few of the games are going to be played in Japan, where we're going to see the World Cup take place. So minusing that home crowd advantage, does that impact the game? Will it have an effect on the players? Will it have an effect on the teams, the management? Or will we just see equality within the squad of the competitiveness, low margins between the two teams, whether they New Zealand or South Africa, or Japan and South Africa? I mean, it's just all these questions that are being pondered around this Rugby World Cup, and we're not quite yet sure of who the hell is going to win, because 1 minute the team wins, the next they lose. We've seen the world rankings changed 3 times already in this past month, and possibly this weekend, if Ireland win by a certain amount, they will therefore go number one in the world, kicking New Zealand back down, and we just see the whole tides change all over again. I mean, South Africa haven't played in a while, they're back to fifth, but then they were taking on England, and now England are third or something. So it's just crazy. I'll go through the rankings now to analyze it a bit differently, but it's just, for me, I find the world rankings at this stage of as we approach just like less than 3 weeks away from the Rugby World Cup, how we are seeing everything turn about. We are seeing players being dropped, players being put in. We're seeing odd squad changes opposed to others. I mean, All Blacks going with the risk of a few injuries. Ireland today dropped Devon Toner. I mean, that was a massive statement to make. We see Scotland bring in some guns, or will be bringing in the guns, as we saw last week against Georgia. We see South Africa put in a hell of a strong squad as well. Australia naming some veterans to help them along the way. It's been absolutely fantastic, and that I'm excited to see in this coming weekend is when we're going to see the actual teams that we are expecting to see play in the World Cup, to see these guys play. And that's what I'm looking forward to the most, to see how that plans out. And I think it's going to be absolutely insane. If we look at the rankings, the top 10, we got New Zealand at number 1, 89.40 points, followed by Ireland, 88.86. So very, very close points system there. England are third at 88.13, very close. Wales, we have 87.92. So interesting stats, how they went from number 1 all the way down. But obviously the strength in that is because Ireland beat a top team, therefore helping that ranking. South Africa at 5th, Australia 6th, Scotland 7th, France is number 8, 9 is Fiji, they've shot up, with Japan dropping from 9 to 10. And yeah, interesting stuff. Paraguay, Ireland, Colombia, Uganda, and New Zealand, the most, well, are the changes positively going up. Ireland from 4th to 2nd. We see New Zealand from 2nd to number 1, which is amazing for them. And then the biggest drop of the weekend, we've seen Japan drop, we've seen Zimbabwe, Kenya drop, but the biggest one is obviously Wales from number 1 to number 4. Massive drop. But they'll win again this weekend convincingly. They could get back up. So that's the thing with this weekend. And the difference is, yes, New Zealand are back this weekend, but they're playing against Tonga, so therefore a very weak ranked squad, opposed to what Wales and Ireland are playing. So therefore their win this weekend will be an extra boost, and they will get more points in the World Rugby rankings going forward. So epic stuff to look forward to. Who's going to be number 1 by the end of this week? Hey, it could be Ireland, it could be Wales, it could be New Zealand. Who knows? We will have to wait and see. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you real soon for another video. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.